and we saw how this man gave us a free hand to do work. I did the Mahamodara Hospital and various 2 hospitals at Ahangama. We cleaned up and did. We saw that the moment Chandrika, the other leader, president at that time, was on holidays in UK, when she came back, she cringed behind the Western powers for aid and to do the tsunami. Now, India never asked for any aid from anyone to save for her people. But we go on cringing behind these people, not ask the aid what we want, but on their condition. And their condition under Chandrika was that we shouldn't, we should put a zone along the coastline reserved for their foreign tourists. Right from Beruela to Hambantota, 300 meters to be reserved for foreign tourists and to remove our fishermen back into the dumps or 3 miles away from where they could get their, they have to come to work in the harbors down by the coast. But somehow or other President Mahinda didn't allow that to happen.
But at the same time, what the opposition says is that even for the business community and the business people who are engaged in business, it will be better if the more UNP oriented political party comes into power, because they will be able to facilitate more business and canvas support from the Western powers. That is the basic idea that is there, and also that there will be more stability when it comes to business.
I think that's a false phenomenon on which they go. That for sometimes some of the few greedy capitalists, I don't want to mention names, but I can tell you few who have demonstrated that they never made money in a right way. A lot of our garment industries were sold. The last one was given by Chandrika and the crowd, and Ranil Wickremesinghe was the insurance corporation. But because of a presidential advisor, Vasudeva Nanayakara, who filed action, we were able to get it back. The Chief Justice gave the order to get it back to the garment fold. And so all those institutions have now come back because of Mahinda's administration, allowing that to happen. And I have seen some of these greedy capitalists saying that even the court system is too harsh for them, so the laws will be changed if Sarath Fonseka comes. And about the stability of the society is what is most important for investment. Now, I am a man who has worked for a number of years in Australia, so I have a few dollars, and I decided I'll take my citizenship back here, and not by paying money, but by bringing few dollars I have. There are various schemes where for investment then you get your citizenship back, and I got it back because I've been born in this country. So to get it back, I wouldn't have brought it if I didn't judge in somewhere around February, March that Mahinda will achieve this goal of finishing off terrorism and establishing a stable government in this country at least for the next 10-20 years. So only under those conditions one would bring money, and a foreigner would never bring the money if it is unstable. Now all the foreigners are taking the money to China, Vietnam, because they feel that China is very stable. That is the reason they are taking money. China is a communist government, one party communist rule, but still they are bringing money. Vietnam is something like that, but still they feel that there is stability. But they are not bringing, they didn't bring before to Sri Lanka, even when Ranil Wickremesinghe was there, even when the UNP was giving all sorts of incentives, they didn't bring money. Only after this war was over, the money has started flowing in. So people judge how stable a country is before bringing money.
So you're saying that if Mr. Fonseka comes to power, the government won't be stable for the reasons you mentioned before. That is because he is backed by two political parties essentially that has diverse, very different political and economic views. And as you said before, he himself would want the status quo to be unstable, so that he can go into the military part, because that is what he is best used to. So is that the reason that these investments, foreign direct investments, that might not flow because of the disability that might arise?
Well, it is logical. As engineers, we are trained to think logically, right? So when I look at it in a logical manner, which any average person in this country will think, now how can Fonseca give an excuse for coming into with a military garment? Now he is used to the gun, he's used to giving orders, he's used to taking orders. So he will be taking orders from external forces like United States, Britain, Europe, who will promise this and promise that for him, and they will say, we will back you, give us Trincomalee Harbour, give us this, give us that. Then he is obviously going to say, give or take that, and with the gun he will keep the people down, and using that gun he can always think he can give a stable country, because he would have thought that certain military people have stable countries. But no military government has been stable. We have seen that even in Pakistan, because especially in Sri Lanka, with a highly educated population, highly organized trade unions, he will not be able to keep a stable government. People will fight, people will sacrifice their lives and come out against military dictatorship. So there will be instability. Moment instability is there, we will see the country breaking into pieces. We might see eastern province and northern province again going out. We will see 3/4 of our ocean being given out to the to Ilam people, who will in turn give it to Norway to exploit oil. Now Norway had an agreement here. Mahinda kicked them out of that agreement, and we must appreciate that. Now he has called independent people from independent countries. So what I feel is Fonseca will be at the midst of getting orders from abroad and dishing out the orders using the gun. And so I believe that we will never have, for the next 30-40 years, if he comes, a stable government. It will be unstable military rule. Once in a way the military rulers will be forced out, and a civilian rule will come sympathetic to the military. We saw that in Thailand recently. The government in Thailand is a military proxy, ruling under military proxy.
Yes, Mr. Tissa De Silva. Now, we were speaking about many important aspects, but we will take a small break and we'll be back with you soon.